Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Verna Bharath. This is TTT News. It's time for the headlines. Water levels are running low at the reservoirs. Stephanie Mohammed is UWI's 1,000th blood donor. Sophia Jackson returns home to a hero's welcome. And in sport, race for cricket, West Indies top job too close to call as Carrot shadows Cameron. While the country is celebrating the 57th medal haul by the Special Olympic TTT team, National Director of SOT, Ferdinand Bibi, says more is needed when it comes to supporting the sport. He was speaking on the team's return at the Piarco International Airport, where Ian Wayson was present.
33 heroes returned home last evening bearing 57 medals from the Special Olympic Summer Games in Abu Dhabi. That represents an 8% increase from 4 years earlier in California. Ferdinand Bibi, who is the National Director of the Special Needs Olympics of Trinidad and Tobago, says there is still a lot needed to help the sport.
Because these games would have seen the effort of 33 athletes. But locally we have 1,200 athletes that we also have a program to ensure that is going on year round. So while the games would have had the focus, we actually have a whole suite of programs locally that need the attention and the support and the funding.
One organization lending support is Law Enforcement Torch Run, who are the guardians of the flame. Corporal Solomon, while was not on the trip, explained their role.
What we do, three main things. We create awareness for Special Olympics, we assist in raising funds for Special Olympics, and we carry the torch at the beginning of every game on a yearly basis. This year the game is supposed to be sometime in May, so what we do, we carry the torch at the beginning and at the ending of the game and light the flame of hope.
But how exactly was it being part of the delegation?
The experience to me, it was like so warm. I can't even start explaining where we, Trinidad and Tobago, the kids them create history, and where the law enforcement side, Trinidad and Tobago also create history, where it is that was one of the first time a Trinidadian had entered the palace of the prince, which is the president of Abu Dhabi.
Sports Minister Shamfa Kojo says the athletes will be rewarded and they will also have an official reception in their honor. Ian Wayson, TTT News.
After leaving her Trinidad teammates, Sophia Jackson got another welcome home reception in Tobago at the A&R Robinson International Airport. The reception started as she got off the Caribbean Airlines plane. She was greeted by her friends, family and fans, including the Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles. Ian Wayson has more.
As Sophia Jackson got indoors at the airport, she showed some of her extra moves. She didn't actually get a medal for that, but it was more than deserving of one. Sophia, a double medalist in Abu Dhabi, the guest of honor, as the Tobago House of Assembly paid tribute to her.
They say, so close but yet so far. Sophia is my neighbor. Imagine that. And Miss Sandra, and they came to my home one day. We had a long conversation with regards to Sophia, and I'm not very good at names. So when I saw the name, I couldn't remember until they informed me tonight.
New Haven, the school she attends, was also praised, as the institution played an important role in her development.
It is because of the efforts of persons like yourself and parents with children like Sophia. They have gone on to participate in the Special Olympics and have put Tobago, this small island, on the map. Because of them, the world knows that we exist.
The Chief Secretary remembered making donations to the school long before Sophia's success, when he chose New Haven to benefit from a charitable cause.
And I can tell you that I probably would have to make a decision that in respect of some of the things that you have been asking for, I'll have to see you. She's indicating to me that they need a new bus. So I have to. So I guess in that regard, I would have to ensure that you get your new bus, miss.
Sophia won gold in the softball throw, which is a version of the shot put. Ian Wayson, TTT News.
Hundreds of men visited the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex on Saturday to participate in an all-day men's screening hosted by the North Central Regional Health Authority. As the authority's CEO, Davlin Thomas, told our reporter Janine Brown, the initiative is aimed at increasing early detection rates in men, especially in the area of non-communicable diseases. Janine Brown reports.
With the statistics from the Ministry of Health showing that men are distinctively less inclined to undergo medical tests when compared to women, NCRHA CEO Davlin Thomas said he and his team were pleasantly surprised by the overwhelming turnout on Saturday.
It's a landmark step in the history of preventative care in Trinidad and Tobago. And, the staff and management and board of the NCRHA should be very proud.
The testing included prostate examinations, HIV testing, testing for sugar, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and many more. The NCRHA CEO said frequent screening is critical to improving the efficiency of the public healthcare system as it reduces the prevalence of more serious and costly healthcare.
If somebody walks in with a heart attack, the actual cost of the drug when you walk into an emergency department with a heart attack is $15,000 a shot. And a lot of people don't know that.
Based on feedback from some of Sunday's patients, their decision to attend stemmed from a conviction to be more responsible with their health.
I've been getting to this age now, I want to be healthier for my kids and for myself, firstly. So I'm making a lifestyle change basically because I realize that how I'm living right now is not the best.
I mean, your health is a very important part of your body. And if you're not really aware of it, you go start to feel like you're all right, but you're not really all right. And these things that just pop up on you. So the best thing is prevention.
43-year-old Michael Lacqua said he decided to put aside his apprehension and do his first ever prostate exam after a friend was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
The phobia behind the test itself, where and how they have to do it. But knowing somebody who's going through that problem later on in their life, because he's much older than me, and he told me that, you need to get over that phobia. Because that pain is something that you wouldn't like to go through.
His advice to other men, be responsible with your health. Your life depends on it. Janine Brown, TTT News.
More to come. Stay with us.
This Sunday, get lost in the world of award-winning films. Green Days by the River, April 21st at 3 p.m. Be viewing TTT to experience the breathtaking film adaptation of Michael Anthony's beloved novel, voted People's Choice for Best Narrative Feature at the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, recipient of the Carmichael Award for Exceptional Storytelling at the Barbados Independent Film Festival. Green Days by the River proves that locally produced films will captivate you and transport you to other worlds. A tale of love, loss, and intrigue. Green Days by the River premieres April 21st only on TTT.
The race to the presidency of Cricket West Indies reaches a fever pitch now with just hours to go before the crucial vote over in Jamaica. The incumbent, Dave Cameron, has spoken openly and confidently of winning a fourth consecutive term in charge of the regional body. He and his vice president, Emmanuel Nanton, are boasting of overwhelming support and can't see any way they will not be returned to office to continue the work they have started. But the challengers, Ricky Scarrett and Dr. Kishore Shallow, have also garnered more support than most people expected, and with a little luck may still cause an upset or at least ensure a second vote in the event of a tie. 12 votes are up for grabs in tomorrow's elections in Jamaica, with each of the 6 territorial boards having 2 votes. Already Guyana, Windward Islands and Barbados have pledged to support the Cameron ticket, while Trinidad and Tobago and the Leeward Islands have indicated their backing for Scarrett and Shallow, leaving the Jamaica vote as the crucial one, which could either return Cameron and Nanton to the job or help Scarrett and Shallow unseat the incumbents. The Trinidad and Tobago national women's cricket team notched another victory to remain perfect with 4 wins in as many outings at the Colonial Medical Insurance Super 50 tournament over in Guyana. First, they bowled out Jamaica for just 115 in their 4th round clash in Everest. Spinner Karishma Ramharak was the story, taking 319 to undermine the Jamaican batting. But she also took a stunning 5 catches in the field and effected a run out for good measure to account for 9 of the 10 dismissals in the Jamaican innings. In reply, the TNT batters cruised home to 118 for 6 for victory by 4 wickets. Al Kirby led the way with an unbeaten 39, with good support coming from our boys 31. Following a narrow 1-0 loss to Wales in midweek, the TNT captain for the match, Kaleem Highland, expressed delight with the way the team played. He was especially pleased with the effort against such a highly ranked team, but more so because of the limited time the players had together to prepare before the match.
Well, it says that everybody believing in themselves, everybody believing in their ability, what they can do, what they can bring to help the team, and it's great for us. You know, we have other players who we are hoping to be fit and to come back and join the team also, and hope we can make the squad more stronger and more competition, and this can only help us in the long run for the Gold Cup, and hopefully we can have a great Gold Cup.
Highland admitted that it was a tough match, but his troops learned a lot from the exercise. Meanwhile, Ryan Giggs, the Manchester United legend and coach of the Welsh team, was magnanimous in his praise for the TNT effort.
I was pleased with the first half. Trinidad and Tobago didn't have anything, but I reminded the players at half-time of Albania. You know, it was exactly the same in Albania, so we had to keep that clean sheet. And we rode our luck up a little bit in the second half. Obviously, Gunt's fantastic, clearing off the line. And credit to Trinidad and Tobago, second half they made it difficult for us, behind the ball, looking to counter-attack, and we just had to be patient.
She's so spectacular endured a tough time on her return to the track at Santa Rosa Park and failed to fire in race 2. This was won handsomely by Apocalypse, while in race 3, the other main event on the day, owner-trainer Ralph Bartolo scored again with his wonder horse Root of Jesse, who did enough to nose out a game Blind Date.
The jockey is looking around for dangers, and he leads by half a length. That's Lord Silver. Tis a Vibe is next. Root of Jesse is now given his cue on the outside, and here he comes. Root of Jesse with giant strides just takes over the running from Lord Silver, who battles back on the inside. Back in third is Blind Date. Then comes Tis a Vibe, and it's Root of Jesse who is now starting to stride right away. Blind Date is trying on the outside in second. 50 metres out. Root of Jesse holds on to win it by a dwindling half a length from Blind Date. Lord Silver drifted back to third, and the 4th place finisher was Tis a Vibe. Marker they come. Evening Jewel, Apocalypse, that's the top 2. On the inside in third, that's She Is So Spectacular. Then in 4th on the outside is City of Gold. Not today for Blue Navigator. Marengo has fallen away very tamely. They come well inside the final 200 metres. Apocalypse and Evening Jewel there. Nip on track. Back in third is City of Gold. She Is So Spectacular is 4th, but Apocalypse now is starting to grind away. Apocalypse goes on to get the job done and won it by 2 lengths in the end over Evening Jewel. City of Gold was back in third. 4th the finish was a stain on Prince of Bellevue.
Another spinner or another 30 runs, and who knows? That's the feeling in the dressing room of the Royal Challengers Bangalore outfit, who crashed to the 4th lowest total ever in the Indian Premier League. They badly misread the pitch and opted to bat first on a midfield, resulting in them being skittled out for just 70. Harbhajan Singh, who hardly played any sort of cricket since last year's IPL, turned back the years with a stunning display with the new ball claiming 3 for 20, while fellow spinner Imran Tahir was even more explosive with 3 for 9. Only opener Parthiv Patel reached double figures, top scoring with 29 before being caught off Dwayne Bravo's first and only ball of the match. The Chennai Super Kings batsmen also found the going tough, but Ambati Rayudu led them home with 28 and Suresh Raina 19, enough to see him become the first man to 5,000 runs in IPL cricket. CSK reaching 71 for 3 to win by 7 wickets to kick off the 2019 IPL in style. Police Youth Club beat UTC and maintained second place in the All Sectors Netball League Premier Division. Coming into the game with the knowledge that Fire already won the league, PYC didn't let up, as there is still so much to play for in the tournament. Dave Alexander, the brother of our very own cameraman Miguel Alexander, scored 12 goals for UTC. But that was as close as they would get, as Fabrice Fisher scored 23 goals for PYC, and national goal shoot Tahira Hollingsworth added 21 goals with the win. Police all but secured second place. Defence Force also won. They beat Las Lomas 38-31. The only way Defence Force can overtake PYC is if they beat UTC by at least 45 goals today, and Fire beat PYC by at least 44 goals.
We were never discouraged. We always have that fighting spirit within us. So, yeah, that's about it.
World champion Simone Biles says Tokyo 2020 will be her final Olympics as her body is falling apart. The 22-year-old Biles dominated the 2016 Olympics with 4 golds and became the first woman to win 4 world championships all-around titles in 2018. The American, the most decorated gymnast in World Championships history, says minor injuries are taking a toll, describing it as if her body is falling apart and failing her because of the constant pain. Texas-based Biles has 20 World Championships medals in all, 14 of which are gold. In addition to the bronze she earned on the beam at Rio 2016, her 4 gold medals from the Games set an American record for most gold medals in women's gymnastics at a single Olympics. National coach Dennis Lawrence is finally opening up about his recent decision to choose Trinidad and Tobago over his second home, Wales, and the Wrexham football team. The coach was under contract with the TTFA to coach the national team, but was seen as the first choice for the vacant job at Wrexham late last year, and revealed that he had to make a tough decision.
It was a difficult situation for me because Trinidad and Tobago was my home country, where I was born and grown, and Wrexham's like my second home. So when the opportunity came, I had to think long and hard about it. But in the end, I started something here, and I felt it was important that I completed it. So I think in the end, I made the right decision.
Lawrence is not totally happy with the result of the TT versus Wales friendly in midweek, but as a former player, has dealt with such results in the past and is more bruised for the players who fought their hearts out for 92 minutes and held the 19th ranked Welsh outfit scoreless.
I'm all gutted for the boys because I don't think that we deserve that result tonight. But that's football. If you don't concentrate all the way up until the end, these things happen. So as I said, I'm gutted for the boys, but we came here for a reason. We came here in preparation for our World Cup tournament, so it was a good workout for us.
High praise for First Citizens and the role the corporation has been playing in support of sport through, among other things, the Sports Foundation bearing its name. The flagship event for the foundation is the annual Sports Awards. Ruskin Mark has more from this auspicious occasion.
Sport and culture are potent mix that best describes the passion of TNT, and they were both in abundance on this night. And as the 52 or so high achievers strolled forward to be recognized and receive keepsake hardware, things started to wax warm almost immediately. 4 members of that historic 1979 World Championship netball team, which shared the world title with Australia and New Zealand, made their way on stage to present the Lister Lewis Award to the mile relay team for their superb achievements in 2018. Theirs was just one of a number of outstanding performances in 2018, and a brief look back was captured in the wow moments for the year as the best of TNT was on display.
I want to encourage you, have a dream, a vision of your future. Do not let negatives in your past hold you back and blind your vision. Do like Joseph, shake off the negatives, focus on assisting others as you fulfill your dream. And as you do, you will make a difference in both sport and society of Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe then, we can truly live as one united family.
Some strong words which serves as a reminder to our sportsmen and women to continue to dream big and live their lives as exemplars to the rest of society. Those words were echoed by Sports Minister Shamfa Kojo, who applauded First Citizens for all it's doing for sport in the country, while also holding up the athletes for high praise.
We all need to take a page from the book of each athlete because they impart life lessons that only sport can teach, where humility brings honor, discipline brings dignity, favor is trumped by fair play each and every day. Your worth is determined by your work. Perseverance brings power, and resilience earns you respect.
But the big winners on the night were the repeat winners once again, as track and field ruled. Misha Liahi as Sportsman of the Year for a third time running, while Jareem Richards is the Sportsman of the Year in back-to-back years. Ruskin Mark, TTT Sports.
An urgent appeal for help, this time from the TNT Boxing Association to the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago, Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs and the Ministry of Finance for an urgent release of funds so they can make the upcoming Pan Am Games qualifiers in Nicaragua from April 2nd to 11th. Head coach Reynald Cox and TTBA President Cecil Ford are both concerned that time is running out and the team doesn't have airline tickets. In fact, Ford revealed that an earlier booking was already cancelled by a travel agency, leaving the team in dire straits. The TNT boxers, including Olympian Nigel Paul as well as Michael Alexander, Andrew Furman and Aaron Prince, have been hard at work and took part in the Independence Cup in Dominican Republic, an invitational in Guyana, and a recent card involving regional boxers here at home. The Pan Am qualifiers are also critical for Olympic qualification, hence the stringent preparation of the fighters who are hoping to leave by April 1st. More to come. Stay with us.
Says informative can be fun. Smile now every morning with Lisa, Rishi, and Carrie as they keep you in the know with what's trending on social media and bring you updates from the worlds of current affairs, sport, technology, and much more. Start your day right and be in the know with what's happening now. Now, shaping tomorrow today. Mondays to Fridays at 6 a.m. on TTT, Talk City 91.1 FM, and streaming live on Facebook at TTT Live Online.
Taking a look at your weather forecast. Tonight, hazy but mostly clear and cool apart from the chance of a few partly cloudy spells accompanied by the brisk light to moderate shower. Tomorrow, sunny, hazy and at times breezy day conditions are expected to give way to relatively cool and generally clear night. There is the chance of a few partly cloudy periods accompanied by a few light to moderate early morning and late afternoon showers. Seas are moderate with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and near calm in sheltered areas. Reservoirs' water levels are dropping during this harsh, dry season. Navat is the lowest of all the nation's reservoirs, as Ian Wallace reports.
Here in central Trinidad, we're at the Navat Reservoir, which supplies quantity of water for southeastern Trinidad. As you can see behind me, it stretches out to over 800 acres and comes all the way up here. And we have seen the water receding over the past few months, all courtesy of this harsh, dry season. Normally in March, it's about 3/4 full, but right now it's just about half. Across South Trinidad, Navat Reservoir is critical for households and industrial plants. From Gasparillo, Muruga to Rio Claro, points out WASA CEO Alan Poonking. Navat is now the lowest of all the reservoirs in Trinidad and Tobago.
The Navat Reservoir is around 23% below the long-term average for this time of year. The other reservoirs are also below the long-term average, but not as significant as at this facility. So between Hollis, which is in Valencia, and the Arena, which is our largest, and that supports the Caroni plant, they are around 10% below the long-term average. And Hillsborough in Tobago is around 3 to 4% below. We've been required to reduce production of this facility. We always have to project to ensure that we have enough water stored to carry us through the dry season. So it's not a situation that we will ever run out, but we just need to be aware of the conditions, and we meaning WASA and the population, so that people take measures, as well as I said, to conserve where possible.
For TTT News, I am Ian Wallace.
More to come. Stay with us.
This Sunday, get lost in the world of award-winning films. Green Days by the River, April 21st at 3 p.m. Be viewing TTT to experience the breathtaking film adaptation of Michael Anthony's beloved novel, voted People's Choice for Best Narrative Feature at the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, recipient of the Carmichael Award for Exceptional Storytelling at the Barbados Independent Film Festival. Green Days by the River proves that locally produced films will captivate you and transport you to other worlds. A tale of love, loss, and intrigue. Green Days by the River premieres April 21st only on TTT.
The UWI Blood Donor Foundation hosted a blood drive on Saturday in partnership with the North Central Regional Health Authority. The event was particularly celebratory as the foundation marked its 1,000th blood donor, Stephanie Mohammed. The Year 4 Med student is encouraging other eligible donors to put aside their fears and contribute to a cause that's bigger than themselves. Janine Brown reports.
Mohammed was all smiles moments after becoming the 1,000th blood donor of the University of the West Indies Blood Donor Foundation on Saturday. Having been a blood donor at least 4 times in the past, Stephanie hopes to encourage anyone who may be considering donating but hasn't yet made the move to take the leap.
But look at the bigger picture, you have to save 3 lives, so I think it's a very rewarding experience, and, people should have the opportunity to experience it.
The UE Blood Donor Foundation was established back in 2011 and began donor drives in 2015. The first 4 years of the establishment's existence was spent on sensitizing the public, introducing the idea of voluntary blood donors. That is, donors who give blood for no other reward but the gratification of knowing their sacrifice will contribute to saving a life. Today, Dr. Kenneth Charles of the UE Blood Donor Foundation is confident that the general attitude toward blood donation has changed.
I think it is generally known and accepted that this is the proper way to do it, to collect blood for nothing in return. It is safer, it is more equitable, it's available to anybody in need. And whenever we do this, it supplies the wards, it supplies the private institutions as well. And it's done for nothing in return.
He too urged those considering to donate blood to do so, as he clarified that oftentimes there's misinformation about who can donate blood.
Hypertensive and diabetic people can give blood. The hypertensive people, whether they're on treatment or not, once their blood pressure is within acceptable levels, at the time of donation, they are eligible to donate.
Typically, healthy persons between the ages of 17 to 65 are eligible to donate blood. Those under 18 require parental consent, and a potential donor 60 and over require a medical from their general practitioner. Janine Brown, TTT News.
And that's how we end our TTT News report. On behalf of all of us here, I'm Verna. Have a good night.